Hello.
Yes, you can see it.
Okay, very good. You can see this folder I created on my system here, bootcamp design. So you can actually use any name you like. You can call it website bootcamp. Then inside that folder, are we following?
On the desktop.
Yes, you can create on the desktop. You can create anywhere in your computer. Anywhere you can always have access to it. So if you are creating it on your desktop, let me just demonstrate that here. So sorry, I'm using Windows 11 here. It might not actually be the same option with your own there. So you go to new and folder, then you can see it here. I will call this one web bootcamp. So I've created my folder here. Then you open the folder. I've opened the folder here. Then you create another folder. The same method, new and folder. Actually, to use shortcut key, you can actually press your Ctrl Shift N together. It will do the process for you. Then I'll be calling this one assets. Are we following?
Yes.
Alright. Then inside this assets, you create three folders. The first folder will be CSS. You name it CSS, just CSS. Then you create another folder under it and name it images. You create another one and name it JS, which stands for JavaScript. Have you gotten that? Hello? Then you go out of this asset
Yes,
folder back to
we are
your web
following.
bootcamp folder. So now, go to your VS Code, open your VS Code editor now. Like my own here, I've already opened my folder here. So what you just do, you click on this file, then you see the option, you click on open folder. Then after that, you navigate to where you just created your folder now. So the one we created on the desktop now, go to my desktop. Then you can see the one I just created on the desktop now. You click on it, then you open it. Do we see that? Hello?
Yes.
Alright.
You're kind of fast, though. You're kind of fast.
Oh, sorry. Should I repeat it or is clear enough?
Please repeat it. Please repeat it.
I should repeat the process.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first thing is I said you do is you create a folder.
Yes, sir.
And this is the folder I've created here. Then inside that folder, you create another folder inside it. You name it assets. You see it?
Assets.
Then inside this asset folder, you now create three folder inside it, which is
Three food.
CSS folder, images folder, and JS folder. Have you gotten that?
CSS.
Alright.
G.
So when you are done with this, just you can just close this folder and open your VS Code. This is my VS Code here. You can see my VS Code here. You open it. Do you see it?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Then when you are done opening it, you now over on this icon and click on it. Do you see the icon? I don't actually know how your own is displayed there. Okay. When you expand the screen, in the window, you see the file. You click on the file. Are you following? I need a prompt response. Are we following?
Yes. We're
Okay.
following.
Yes.
We don't.
So then you
Yes.
click on open folder to open that web bootcamp folder you just created now. Then you search. I think the one I created now is under desktop. I'll go there.
Okay.
You see the folder here?
Desktop.
Yes, the one I created
Yeah,
on
now.
my system. I create.
Yes.
Yes. Then you select the folder. Then click select folder
Like
button
that.
here. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So then it will open it for you in your VS Code.
Yes.
All right. I don't know if we are connected. If you are connected to internet on our computer. Hello, are we connected? Okay, a brief guide on
Yes.
how to connect
Yes.
your, if you don't
Connected to
have a
internet, right?
MiFi or modem to connect your system, you can actually hotspot your system, like use your phone to hotspot your system. But before you do that, you have to, depending on your system, on the system you are using, you have to do a little setting that will minimize the consumption rate of your data on your computer. Are you following? Hello. Please, someone is actually disturbing us there.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Why this? Hello. So one of the things that will help you to
Hi.
design your web page very well is to download an extension, a plugin that will help you to format your HTML code. And in my case, so when you look at this window here, you see some icons at the sidebar. Are you following?
Okay.
So you see
Yes.
this one with extension. Then you click on it.
Yes.
When you click on it, it will list out some extensions. These are the extensions that I've already installed on my VS Code editor here. So the one you need now is HTML formatter. Like I have one here. Just on this search box here, just type HTML. Then it will list out all the HTML plugin that you can install. You can see them. So you can install the HTML boilerplate, is good.
Yeah.
This extension here, and you can as well install this one that I've already installed here, HTML snipers. I think that's the best. HTML snippets. So the first option here, you click on it and you see install. You click on install. Are you following?
Yes. Yes.
Hello, are you following? All right.
Yes, we are.
So since I've already installed it on my system, you can see I've already installed it, so I don't need to install it again. So I'll now go back and click on this guy here, that file icon, to show me my folder structure again.
Is HTML snippets and which one again? Which of the extensions again?
Just download only that one for now. Yeah. So I'm inside my web bootcamp folder now, and I want to create a file. You see this? You can actually use Control N on your computer. Control N. Then to open an empty editor for you. Then after that, you save it first. Control S to save it. Are you all seeing my screen?
Sir.
Okay. So I will save it with index.html. You can save it with anything. But the reason why I'm saving it with index.html is that when you create a website, the first thing the browser will be looking for is index.html. What's the importance of it? When you, maybe take for example now, you want to type www.berenia.com, you are not specifying a particular file you want to access in berenia.com. So in that case, the server will look for index file in your website file folder and render it to the client that is visiting your website. So, and if this index.html file is not available in your website folder structure, it will not be able to display anything for the visitor, and that's why it's always important. All websites always have index.html as a default page to render to all the visitors. Is that clear? Please,
Sir.
is that clear? Hello.
Sir, yes, sir.
All right, so you save it.
Yes.
So can you see it under my folder here, index.html? So the next thing I will be doing now is to start typing my code. And to make it easier, the reason why we downloaded that plugin, that extension the other time, is to make the VS Code to be able to complete our code for us without stressing ourselves more. So I will be pressing Ctrl space bar on my computer. Then I will type HTML, then enter. Do you see that? Hello?
Yes.
Repeat that process again, please.
Okay. If you have the extension installed, that's when you can use this method that you just used now. Control space bar on your system, then you type HTML, then you press enter, and it will auto generate this for you. Hello. So but for the sake of those people that are not using the plugin now, I will prefer to type it out and explain what is inside it. Okay. So now to start with, you have to start with your document type, which is this one. Can suggest that one for me. Then after that, after this line, the next thing you'll be typing is your HTML tag. Then you close it. You can see that the VS Code is actually closing the tag for me. Hello, are we there?
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
So after this tag, the next thing you define, the next tag to define is head tag. The head tag is the one that contains the information about that page you want to design. So I'll be writing head, then close it. So I want to define some brief information about this web page I want to create now. So like what and what do I want to define? The first thing is the page title. Then you use your title tag. Do you see that? And what is the title of this page? I'll use my first website. Do you see that? Hello.
Yes.
Yes, so,
sir.
We are following. We are seeing it.
All right, thank you. Save it.
We are seeing it better.
So when you save it, you now go back to the folder you created the other time. You can see that this index file is showing in that folder. Then you open it in your browser. You won't see anything. The only thing you see just a plain page. But when you look at the tab of your computer, you will see the title you just put inside that head at the top. You can see that's my first website here. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go
Yes,
back.
sir.
So now, another thing I want to add is meta tag. What do we call meta tag? It's like this, META, just like this. But it has attributes. What we mean by attributes is that another information, another keyword that you can use to define that meta tag. This meta tag is what is being used to define the page, like the description of the page, the author of the page, the viewport of the page, and I will be explaining that. And when you are doing your search engine optimization, like when people type in Google, when people are searching for something in Google and you want Google to be referencing your page among the first page, you have to know how to use this meta tag too in your website design. Is that clear? So the first thing I will be doing now
Yes, sir.
is meta tag for the description of this page. So the keyword for that is content name. So what I want to do here, I want to put the description for this page. Type it description. And what is the description? Then you now put content. Inside this content now, I will now write the description. This is our first website. Why this guy here, the marquee is not reaching the other endpoint is because we are using refreshing, auto refreshing for 2 seconds in our head meta tag. So what I will do now, let me just remove this guy or comment it out. Let me comment it out
Please, sir, are you
and
screen
save it so that we'll be able to see that the marquee will reach the other end. Do we see that? Sorry, I
Please,
can't
sir,
hear
can
you.
you screen record it so we can?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Hello?
So it was that refresh
Sir, can you hear
stuff,
me?
that 2 seconds refreshing that we add to the
Yeah, I was
page that
asking
was
if you
causing
can
that issue.
screen record it so that later on we can practice it on our own.
No problem. That's been done already.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. But please
Okay, thank
focus
you.
and ensure that you are listening so that you can have a good question
Yes,
to
sir.
ask later. Okay, so the next one I want to define now as my keyword is the word keyword. And what's the content? This is the particular one Google normally use, these keywords. Sorry, so keywords. So now, what are the keywords that will be included in this page? Let me say Berenia Academy.
Hello.
Hello.
Maybe stop is hanging. Hello.
I guess that's your network. Website design, bootcamp. You can see that I'm separating each word by comma. Then I can put development. Now, what does this thing actually mean here? What this thing actually mean here is that
Hello.
when
I don't know.
someone
Is it the
type,
network or something?
okay, you can't hear
I'm not
me.
really getting anything. I can't hear you
Is
again.
it only him or everybody,
Hello,
please?
boss. I can't hear you, sir.
Hello, can anybody hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay,
We can hear you.
I guess it's network then. Okay, let me go back. So now, what does this actually mean? Take for example, you go to your Google text box and you want to search for Berenia Academy website. These are the things that Google will actually look for in all the websites. So anywhere Google find those keywords you type in from this keyword here now, the Google will now reference that particular website and display it for you as one of the first page information. So this particular information here is one of the relevant things that Google use for their search engine optimization, and you always do all your best to always include in your web page when you are designing your web page. Then another important meta tag that you need is what is called viewport. This viewport is what define how your content, your page will be how your page will be displayed on different device. Sorry, always close this type of tag with a forward slash like this. So this content here now, you define the width to be device width. I'll explain what this means. Then you define your initial screen to be size 1. Are you following? Anybody following me?
Yes.
Okay. Hope I'm not too fast.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's
So what this actually means is this: when you are viewing a web page on a system, on a computer, it's actually different from the way it appears when you are viewing it on your phone. But this particular keyword you put here is what will make the system, the browser, to be able to adjust your website content to any device you are viewing it from, either from computer or from phone, without you doing much work on css responsiveness. Do you get that?
yes,
Alright, thank you.
yes.
Okay, welcome please. Okay, sorry, this screen here is not screen, it's scale, initial scale. Okay, so the next thing we'll be looking at after this one is another meta tag to define your the who actually created this page or who owns the content in this page. Then that's author. Then content, what's the name of that author? John Wood. That's all. And mind you, except the title, every other information inside the head here will not be displayed on your web page. It will not show on your web page. It's just for the browser to understand some other things about your web page. It won't show on your web browser. So now, what do we now want to display on our web browser? That's what will now lead us to another tag called body tag. Do you see this? So everything you want to display on your web page should always be inside this body tag. And we have a lot of tags, but tonight we will only concentrate on the most important tag that we'll be using day in and day out. So the first tag I would like to start with is the header tag that I discussed with us yesterday. But before then, I would like to show us one thing we call how to comment your code in HTML. You can see this tag. Okay, let me type it out for us. If you want to comment your code, take for example, I want to write that, okay, what I want to do here is header tag. Then you press your less than key sign and your exclamation sign, then double hyphen. You see that it has completed for me. Same thing at the front. Then any text you want to put here, we now put it there. Let me just write header tag example. Do we see that? This is what we call comments in HTML, and this tag must always be around the text you are commenting. So the next one now is the tag that I even want to use, which the header tag itself. And yesterday I told us that we use h, just a single h, from h1 to h6. So we have h1 here. Then I would type this is biggest header. Then save it, Ctrl S. Are you following? So now let's go back to our browser and refresh our page again. Can we see that? Hello.
Can see that. You can
Yes,
see.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, I'm coming. All right. So another thing is we also have other header tags that are smaller than this one. I told you that it's from h1 to h6, so I'll be putting the other ones there. Now, one of the best way to write code is to copy. What am I saying is that instead of me trying to write h2 here and start to write another thing inside like this, I can just copy the first one here, just highlight it, click your right button, your mouse button, then After you've right click your mouse, just Ctrl C to copy it, then under it you Ctrl V to paste it, then enter, Ctrl V, enter, Ctrl V, enter, Ctrl V. So now I can just go back here and change this one to 2 here, same thing here, which is faster. Change this one to 3, change this one to 3. And there's another way you can actually edit same line at the same time. So just click on this line here, then press your Alt key on your keyboard, click on the next one you want to edit together, then you can edit it at the same time. This will be 4. Then I'll go back here, click on this tag, then press my Alt key, click on the closing one, remove 1 and put 5. Click on this H1, click on this H1, press my Alt key, click on the second, the closing tag, remove 1 and put 6. So let me just remove this biggest here. Now another way to actually highlight multiple same word together, multiple word like the same word together at the same time, you can use Ctrl D. So I'll be pressing Ctrl D, you will see how it will be selecting the same word that follows. Can you see that? So it has selected all the same word that is in this place that I want to select. If I should press it again, it will go back out to select the first one, but I'm not picking that first one together with them, so I won't press Ctrl G again. So I'll just remove this guy here. So I've done that. Save it. Then let's go to our browser and refresh it again. You see that? We can see that H1 is the biggest, followed by H2, followed by H3, H4, H5 and H6. Now what is the importance of using header tag in our development or in our code? It helps Google to actually crawl the website very well. When Google is looking for relevant information related to what the user is searching for, it helps them to actually highlight out a particular section of your website content, and most time they use it to define a topic of a content or title of a content. So that's what we use header tag for most often, most time. Have you gotten that? Hello?
Yep.
All right. So the next one that we'll be treating now is the paragraph tag. Take for example, you want to write a paragraph, just use your P tag. You see that? And ensure you always close your tag. When you open it, close it before you even write anything inside, so that you won't forget at any point. So this is my paragraph tag and I want to write something. So save it and go back to your browser and refresh it. Do you see that? It's right on our web page. The page is actually looking ugly, but don't worry, it will soon look beautiful now. Okay, now I don't want to be refreshing my page all the time. There's another way we can actually put a meta tag in our code, in our head tag, that will actually makes the page to be refreshing every 30 seconds. And that's what I'll put here, meta. So here you now define your 80 equivalent, then you write refresh inside, and after that content you put 30. Shows that what this page will be refreshing itself after 30 seconds. Okay, how do we know that is actually true? Let me reduce it to 5 seconds or maybe 2 seconds, so that it will be glaring enough. So after every 2 seconds it will be refreshing itself. So I'll put one tag here that will show that. Another paragraph tag, just show me something. I save it. Can you see that? Then I'll put another one. And something. Save it. Now this time I'm not refreshing my page myself. You can see that the thing has automatically refreshed itself. Are we there?
Yeah.
So for now, actually I won't encourage
Yes,
you
I
to be using this particular thing here for your web page design. But for this one we are doing, in order for us not to be refreshing the page by ourselves, that's why I put it there. But I will increase to 5 seconds now by putting 5 inside this content. Okay, so the next tag we will be playing with now is what is called listing tag. Listing tag. Okay, before we go to listing tag, let's just beautify our content a little bit. Now, what if you want to make particular word or statement in your content to be bold? How do you go about it? There's a particular tag you can actually use for that. Let me see where I can actually get plenty content from Google. Don't mind me. Let me change this guy to the. Okay, so I'll go back to my page. I save it. I think I should have. You can see it here. But the way this thing is actually appearing is not looking nice. Everything is just on a straight line. What do we do to break it at any point? There's a tag you can actually use to break your text. So take for example you want to break it at the front here, then you put a BR tag there. This BR tag actually means break. It means break. So anywhere you want to break a line of text, you can actually place it there. BR tag. Save it. I think I've changed this into 2 seconds, so that 5 seconds is kind of much for me. You can see it, how it actually break everything the way I did it inside my code. Though that's not the best, but for now let's just learn that tag. Breaking tag, BR. This type of tag doesn't need a closing tag. I told us initially that any tag you open you have to close it, but there are some special tag that you don't close them, such as this BR tag. You don't close BR tag, it's just for breaking a line. Alright, take for example I want to make this name here to be bold, this Elizabeth Barrett. So what I will do is just to place a bold tag around it. So the bold tag is just B. You can see this B tag here. Sorry, let me increase my font. Hello, are we there? Hello.
Yes, we're there.
God bless you. Oh my God, this is too much. Okay. Alright, so now I want to make this Elizabeth to be bold now. The next thing is just that anywhere you want the boldness to reach, you will now place the closing tag of that big tag there and save it. Go back to your browser. You can see here.
Yes, sir.
It's already bold. Elizabeth Barrett is bold now. So if you want to make another text, probably to be italicized, then you go back to your code and use your I tag. Let's say I want to make this William Butler to be italicized here. Then I will just place my italic tag, which is just I. Then at the front of the name, I will now close the tag. Can you see that? Go back to your browser. It's already there. Can you see it? It has been italicized. Alright. And please kindly be taking note of all these tags. So that's how you can use your B tag, I tag, P tag, BR tag, which is breaking tag. Now, there's another tag you can actually use instead of B tag. The difference between the other tag is that it places importance on a particular test you use it for. Take for example, I want to make this love test to be the most important test in this paragraph. So instead of using bold to make it bold, I will not use bold. I will use strong. This strong tells the browser that this particular test here is very, very important. So when I save it, it only appear bold on my browser. But when Google is navigating through, or those people that have all this disability actually accessing the website, when they are using the screen reader will be able to know that this particular test is important and will place more emphasis on it. Do you get that? So that's for this strong tag. And we also have another tag called EM. You can use that one in place of this I tag, which is italics tag. Take for example, I want to use William Shakespeare's here. I want to place emphasis on it. Instead of using I tag, I'll just use my EM tag. Sorry. So you save it and check your browser. You can see the William Shakespeare appears to be italicized, right? Just like William Butler here. But the difference between the two is that when the screen reader is actually reading this page, it will place more emphasis on William Shakespeare than William Butler because of the tag that I use. This EM tag actually means emphasized. Are we together? Hello? Are we together?
Yes, we are following.
All right. Any question?
Yes.
Any question?
Yes, sir, we are together.
Okay. I hope it's becoming interesting, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
before we proceed, let me quickly do one abracadabra. Permit me to remove this H2, H3 to H6 since we already know how to use that, and leave only H1. And I will put something that's meaningful here. Something like this. This is my story. So now I want to put a color. Like I want to add color to this test now. How do I add color? There's something we call inline styling. In and line. Meaning that you want to put a style in a line. So this line now, I want to add a special tag to it and style to it, like color and other things. So I will now use the keyword style. You see that? Style equal to double quote. Always say that. It's just because the VS Code is completing it for me. But to type it direct, type your style equals to then your double quote. Then inside this double quote, you now write all the styling properties to apply to this H1 tag. So the first one I want to do is color. Okay, sorry, let me start with background color. So let me type it myself. I don't want this guy to complete for me so that you can get it. You can actually use background or background color. So background color, after you are done typing it, you put your semicolon, your colon, not semicolon now, your colon. Then the name of the color. When you put your colon, Fiasco will actually suggest color for you. You can see Alice blue, antiquity white, aqua. So you can select any color you want, and if you know the name of the color of and you can actually put it there. So I want to use cream coral. This which one? Coral chocolate, coral chocolate. I want to use chocolate as my background color now. So then save it. Let's go to our browser. Can you see that? It has given our H1 tag background color. So I want to change this black text color here to white. How do I do that? Then you go back to your styling here. After this background color styling here, ensure you put semicolon here now. This is what will tell the browser that you are done with that property and you want to write another property, which is color. And this property, I want the color to be white. Then I type white. Then save it. Go back to your, ensure you always save any changes you made, because if you don't save it, it will not reflect in your browser. So you can see that the text has changed to white. If I want to change to green, I'll just type green. Then we have it there. I think I saw one beautiful color here, green yellow. There's another color called green yellow. Go to your browser, it's there. But I think I prefer the white. Okay, so this is how you define your inline styling. You always put this tag keyword in any tag you want to style. Take for example, if I want to style this paragraph text now, I'll put another style here. Then define the background color to be anything I want. Then I want to use Alice blue for the background. Save it. Then go back to your browser. You can see that what it has defined the color. Can we see the background color? Hello?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we can see it.
Very good. So if I want to change the text inside this paragraph to probably red, I will just put a semicolon to separate this guy and write color here. Then I will change to red. Go back, I've already seen it. Go back, but you can see the text has changed to red. But take for example, I don't want to do it for all the text inside here, just a particular text, probably my strong tag here. So I will now remove this guy from here. I'll delete it. Then I will come inside this tag. Since I'm using inline styling, then you write your style again here. Then the color. This one is not a must you define your background color first. You can define it anywhere, anytime. So here I don't need background color, I only need text color. And what's the color I want to give this strong tag is red. Then I'll go back to my browser. You can see now the love word is what is now red. If I want to probably this name here, Elizabeth, ensure when you are defining your style, you always put it inside a tag that is next to the word you want to use it for. And since I want to only make this Elizabeth Barrett name to be in blue color, the tag that is next to it is this B tag. So I will now come there, enter my style, then write my color blue. We have a blue here. Save it and go back. You can see it. It's showing blue now. Okay. I think
Sir,
that's
a question,
interesting enough.
please.
You have a question?
Yes.
Okay, what's the question?
What if there is no tag? What if there is no tag near the text?
Okay, if there
Like
is no
from
tag near
that
the
on
text and you want to style that
yes,
particular tag and that particular text, you
yes,
actually wrap a tag
yes,
around it. You can use any tag. Now the default tag you will use for that, take for example now, let's say this undefined here now, I want to style it, probably I want to put green colors there, and I can't use any
yes.
of these tag because they are special tag to make it bold, italic, or all like that. So now there is a particular tag called span tag. Span tag,
Okay.
do you see that? It's a default tag that you can use to wrap any text. It doesn't really add any special thing. Oh, sorry, I wanted to close it. It doesn't add any special thing to the text. It doesn't add any special thing to the text. So you can actually use your style inside this tag now to define anything you want for it. Style. Let's say I want to add my background color, and I want the background color to be black. Then after that semicolon, then I want the color itself to be orange. Semicolon. Then save it. You can see that?
Yes.
So that's how you can actually style any text without using any of those bold or italic tag. Okay, let's do one fun thing. I want to create a text that will be moving across the screen. So in that case, let me just put this below this paragraph text here, and I will define it to be marquee tag. Then write anything you like inside. This is just the beginning. Save it and go back to your browser. Oh, that tag is not correct. Something is wrong. Sorry, I'm coming. Something is wrong here. I'm spelling it wrongly. Double E, God bless you. Don't mind me. I don't go school.
I'm meeting in the next 5 minutes.
All right. Do you see that? So, and why is this guy stopping and not reaching the other hand? Okay, now let's add another thing to it. Let's tie it and make the width to full the screen. Sorry. Width. And you can define your width to be 100%. That 100% means the whole device width. Like my system width now. And let's see. Oh, nice. Let me copy this guy out. Put it up there. Oh my god. Sorry, I don't know why Chrome is behaving like that today. Let me add background color to it to see if it's actually 100% width. Color, let me use aquamarine color. Save it. Where is it? Let's delete this one for now so that it won't waste our time. I guess that's the browser issue. So now the next tag we'll be learning this night before this session ends is content tag. Oh no, before content, let's learn list tag. Are we there? Hello?
Yes.
The one next is list tag or listing tag. Just like if you want to list something like 1, 2, 3, or you want to use bulletins to list a particular item, there is a tag for doing that. Oh my god. So which tag can we use for that? We have OL tag, and we also have UL tag. Then what's the difference between these two tags? The meaning of OL is order listing. Like you want to list your item orderly. So OL means order listing. YUL mean on order listing. You just want to list them with bulletins, like your bullet points, without putting either number or alphabet. Are you following?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
So after you are done with this, there's an attribute that you can use inside it, and that's what we call type. For OL, which is order listing, you can use your type to either be 1. If you specify it to be 1, it means that, okay, sorry, before then, let me separate this guy here. Let me use my H3 here. This is on order list. H3. This is order list. So when you've defined the tag OL or UL, let me even remove this one for the first time. Let me remove it. So you now go inside it and place LI tag. This LI tag is what you now put the content you want to list inside. Take for example now, I want to list probably fruits. So the first one, apple, and I have another one I want to put there too. Orange. Then I have mango. So same thing I did here, I want to paste it inside so that we'll be able to see the difference between order and another. Okay, save it now and go to your browser to see the changes. Can we see that? The order listing is showing 1, 2, 3, while the unordered list is showing bullet points. I think our time is already elapsed for this session of the training. Are we all there? Hello?
Yes.
So
we
please, I
are
will end
there.
this session now while we go to our group chat to click on the second link for the part 2 of this session, of this training rather.
Okay.
Alright, let me stop this video here.